yoga and relationships, relationships and yoga. So I really don't like to be that uncomfortable. I gotta be totally honest with you. Like something comes up and it feels yucky, like I'm the last person who wants to have an uncomfortable conversation about anything. It just it feels gross. So I kind of go over here and I kind of let it slide, or I'll be like, no, we'll do whatever you want to do, or I just don't like to have those conversations or sit in that space. And this is very, very human. Like most of us, we come up against something that doesn't feel good, whether it's like a work conflict, a conversation with our parents, conversation with our lover, dealing with our child. And rather than going to the heart of the matter, we kind of want to skate around and make it okay and cooperate and compromise. And while there's so much value to being able to compromise, to flow, to acquiesce, to be gracious, sometimes you got to go straight into the fiery knot. So sometimes, rather than avoiding doing Netflix, going to the work, going to your happy place where you feel okay, sometimes we have to sit in that place that doesn't feel good. And that hard conversation, we have to stand in the fire of that space. Or when we have those feelings that feel sad or difficult or challenging, rather than avoiding them by grabbing the beer or the glass of wine, instead to sit in them. In our yoga practice, this happens too. A lot of times when we come into a challenging pose or a pose where we're not flexible, we kind of want to like make it okay and kind of stay over here and make the pose easier somehow. So the invitation this week is to go into the fire. It's to sit in the yoga pose that feels challenging. It's to sit on the couch for a few moments with those feelings that sometimes bubble up about being human before we try to fix it by eating something or watching something funny, just to have those feelings. It's about initiating and staying in that conversation, which may be challenging, with a sense of openness. So this is the invitation this week, because when we start to find that resiliency, and I know you are resilient in your yoga practice, I know you've held plank, I know you've sat in Warrior Two, but can you remember out there in the world that you have that strength within you? So this week, as you start to notice, maybe there are places you don't even realize that you're kind of skirting away from. Start to pick up when you want to check out, and instead, even if it's just for 1 second, stay. Remember how resilient you are in your yoga practice and use that same fortitude to find an ability to hold space for yourself and maybe someone else in your real life. That's the thought for now. See you on the mat.